Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm super excited in this video to share with you some food shopping strategies for supporting your healthy diet. I'll also share some raw vegan and plant-based meal ideas from the foods that we shop from in the market. So come to market with us. One of the most important strategies, I think, for nurturing your healthy diet is choosing where you go to get your food. We love to source our food from our garden and from the fruit trees and on the property we're staying on. And we supplement that by going to the farmer's market where we can get fresh, local, seasonal produce. We also are armed with our reusable cloth bags, some paper bags, though I prefer cloth bags for produce. So up to the market. So here we are at the market. A lot of supermarkets will have the fruit and the fresh produce, your fruits and your vegetables at the periphery of the market. So stick to that area whenever you can. In this farmer's market, the produce is everywhere, which we love. We avoid actually the periphery because the periphery is actually where a lot of prepared foods are, processed foods. We don't go there. We stick to the aisles of, again, fresh, local, seasonal fruits and vegetables. So if you can prioritize purchasing your food from, if not your garden, if you don't have one, then farms that are accessible to you or a farmer's market, you are more likely, I believe, to get healthy options as opposed to maybe conventional stores, if again, that's available to you. It's the fall here in the Canary Islands, and here's what's available right now to us at the farmer's market. I got so excited when I saw those longans, which I started loving when I discovered them in Thailand a few years ago. So we're definitely going to get some of that. This farmer we love has been growing them on her property. Here's some apples. Apples are definitely in season right now. These are yams that my sweetheart gets, and he usually cooks them and eats them with a stew, like a curry stew. Zucchini, something I use in my raw vegan diet. And I usually spiralize these for zucchini noodles, which are amazing. I also love to cut zucchini up into nori, raw nori rolls. What else do we have here? Grapes. Grapes are something we take advantage of every time we can get them. They are chock full of antioxidants. They're so hydrating, and they are definitely on their way out of the season now. So we took all of her grapes basically, and we actually got some more. And the way I have grapes as a meal, I have them actually as a way that I regularly break my fast. As you can see, she's replenishing them right now, and she gave us some riper ones. And that's another thing I love about the farmers market. The farmers get to know you, and they know that if you appreciate their produce, they you get a reward for that. We often get a lot of discounts, and more importantly, I think for us is that the farmers have such pride, as they should, in the quality of their food, and they give us such amazing food and give us the best that they have. Here's some spinach next to cilantro, which we will use in our salads. I love cilantro also in my raw sushi roll recipe. Here is Jare getting us some of those longans I mentioned. Longans they're also called dragon eye. They're super sweet inside, super hydrating, and chock full of vitamin C, vitamin A. So good for the eyes as well with the vitamin A content. Cucumbers or pepinos, wonderful to have pepinos, cucumbers are high in water, more than 95% water, and extremely hydrating because of that. High in vitamin K, so helpful for your bones. I love to have cucumbers on their own as a little mini appetizer as I'm chopping up my veggies for my evening salad. So I actually use it to kind of stave off hunger. If I'm feeling really hungry before dinner, I just cut up a big chunk of cucumbers, pop that into my mouth, and get on with my dinner preparation. Love eating it that way because they digest better actually on their own. My sweetheart will be getting some of these beans to cook for himself. Both these red beans and these white beans. Beans are a wonderful source of plant protein for sure, and also full of B vitamins. So, what he loves to do, and I highly recommend for people who do love beans, is to soak them, especially the white ones you see behind them, soak them overnight thoroughly to help with proper digestion, and then cook them thoroughly the next day. And you can make a big pot of them in the beginning of the week or during the weekend so that you can then have enough for the rest of the week. He just plucked some cilantro for us. I was mentioning cilantro before. Cilantro is a wonderful blood builder and blood cleanser and can help to chelate and remove heavy metals from the blood. So it's a beautiful cleansing herb. I'm not doing too much of it during pregnancy because it is quite detoxifying. And so I want to limit the amount of highly detoxifying herbs and greens that I'm taking. But a little bit goes a long way. You can see on the left side, red bell pepper, super high in vitamin C. In fact, one medium bell pepper will give you more than your daily so-called requirement for vitamin C. And I love the juiciness, the crunch. It's an amazing addition for salads. I have it a few times during the week. I don't actually recommend buying green bell peppers. Getting red or yellow is a ripe bell pepper. Greens are unripe. Here's some more apples, and next to them some pears, which are definitely in season now in most places in the Northern Hemisphere. And apples and pears really provide so much great fiber, and that's amazing for your digestive health. One fall or winter recipe that I love sharing with some of my clients and patients is actually chopping apples or pears pretty small piece into small pieces. You can also food process it a little bit, add some fresh cinnamon, add maybe some dates also cut up, and it's a beautiful replacement in the morning for things like cereal, processed cereal. It feels really warming and sweet and nourishing. So we're getting some of those apples for sure. Corn is something I consider more of a summertime produce, but they still have it available here, so we took advantage of that. I definitely have my corn raw, but have to make sure that it's tender and sweet. And again, I have a conversation with the farmers about that, and they're able to let me know. And I just shave the corn off the cob and add that to greens, and usually add some of these beautiful red pimientos, peppers to it, either spicy or not. Put in a little bit of lime juice, maybe some avocado, a little cilantro, and you have an incredible salad. So I do use corn usually once a week when it's available to me, but that's one raw vegan meal idea. And then for sure, if you prefer or also have cooked plant-based food, cooking your corn and having that in salad or as a side dish or as a main dish is also great. Tomatoes. I have this fruit. Tomatoes are actually a fruit almost every day with as part of my evening dinner, my raw dinner. It's part of a big part of my raw buckwheat stir, and I have that video recipe or recipe video on my channel, so you can check that out. Definitely part of other dishes like salads. I sometimes put in my nori rolls. Tomatoes are an amazing source of vitamin C and iron and vitamin A, as well as a lot of the carotenoids, which are so important for fighting off disease. They have the alpha, the beta, carotene, as well as lycopene. And one really short thing about lycopene is you do not need to cook your tomatoes to get enough lycopene. Some studies definitely show that cooking it makes the lycopene a little bit more bioavailable, but you can still get your lycopene, enough lycopene from your raw tomatoes. I do use onions pretty often, and they are part of the allium family, as are leeks, which you see here. And they are a wonderful source of prebiotics, so feeding your good bacteria, as well as a natural antibacterial in terms of getting rid of pathologic or disease causing bacteria in your gut system. So I love incorporating a couple times a week. Onions and garlic also falls into that family. One last strategy I wanted to share with you around food shopping is to come to the market or wherever you're shopping, not with a hungry stomach, and also with a list. And that's what we definitely come with a list every time. It helps to keep you aligned with your diet because you're more focused and you're more efficient. You go in, you get out, and you're done. I have a whole webinar on tips for staying successful in a raw vegan diet. I've been raw vegan now for 8 years and a plant-based diet. So if you're interested in that, check the link down below in the description box. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful and supportive to you. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe down below. And I send you so much love wherever in the world you might be. Take care.